Hello, Mr. Blanks, in another video. Today I'll be doing my locals report. Today we went undefeated, or Sunday we went undefeated at locals. 3 wins, 1 tie. I'm gonna do my deck profile. I'm gonna discuss my matchups, and then we'll talk about what cards I'm gonna take out. Like, comment, subscribe for new videos. Let's jump right into it. And if you want reference to other cards, because this one I'm gonna go over quick right here. Right card, probably the best starter. It's like a lot of times, right card, you already know. Like a lot of times, you can actually special summon him. You can actually, if you don't use the effect, if you normal summon him, because and that's the thing about playing the adventure engine. You can normal summon him, go to like Lightheart, get the effect, and if you have the second one, you can special summon him and use the effect. Just remember that I was testing it. You can actually normal summon him and not use his effect. Just remember to do not declare you're going to use the effect, and then you could still play around it. I learned that interaction Sunday. Reese the Starfrost. There's a card I'm thinking about putting in here to get to Reese the Starfrost a lot earlier. This card is really cracked. Definitely if you want to go into the if you want to go to a synchro 10 like Barone, or if you're going for game. But this card is very busted. I would definitely recommend playing that at one. 3 acro. This card is nuts. Gives you a boost. This is my favorite out of 3. I definitely recommend playing 3. No matter what, if you're playing like Pierce Scareclaw or any Scareclaw, like a heavy Scareclaw deck. Ashra. This the one. Like once the Mandome cards come out, you can cut this to 2 easily. This gives you piercing, because acro gives you strange attack for each defensive possession monster you have, not just Scareclaw, but defensive in general. And Astra gives the monster that's in the extra monster zone like extra attack for each Scareclaw monster you control with different names. Yeah, it's different names. Like I didn't realize it was different names until I had to read through the ruling. But you could, if you have 5 different names, you can attack 5 different times. Uh, Balone, Blown piercing. Yeah, it does piercing. That's it. It's probably one of the best ones. This is the one you can cut to 2, especially if you want to keep it at 40. This is a 41 card deck, by the 41 card deck. 2 Scareclaw Cacteria. I didn't need it at 3. I had it at 3 in the last video that I'll leave down. I'll put down in the description box. But yeah, no, you don't need to. You don't need 1 or 2. Fenrir, also 2 of. I cut one down. This card, like early rounds, this card was glued to my hand. Like literally, I just opened it. It was just go to Scareclaw. It's cracked. Water, 2 water, 1 Griffin. I didn't miss the third water. A lot of times, I usually drew it to right. There was 2 rounds where I was just opening Faithful Adventure. Just like Fenrir gets you Scareclaw, Castera, and then you just banish off. Sometimes I will open both, and the field spell is dead. Water Transfers gets you right in there. Sometimes if I have this and I'm right, I go right, and then I go token, and then I get a free summon. And literally, I just get one more summon for tryhard, and a lot of times it's cracked. And this also, if I ever decided to put back in this ranks 3, I got a rank 3 right there. A Griffin a negate. There's times where like I would just attack with him. 2800 defense. He's very hard to get over. Very hard to get over. Ash Blossom. Oh my god, this card overperformed. Like literally Brandon players. It was just What Ash? Okay, I got it was, and then I got it was in my Spright matchup. I got crossed out designated. I'm gonna talk about more about that in a minute. Oh my god, that was wild. Lacia didn't really come up. The one time it could have came up, I cited it out in my point evenly, but it didn't even matter because like it didn't even matter that I got evenly because I still won that. I still won that match. Two right, one faithful, one faithful. This was glued to my hand. This pretty good. Gets you a token. If you control the adventure token, a lot of times it just gives you a free monster. Like there's times where I was like, I should play like two link spiders. Draco back. This was glued to my hand sometimes, but it didn't even matter. Primitive playing it. If I play like a bigger field spell engine package, and I'll discuss that in a bit. I'll cut this down to two. A lot of times, like it was dead after you activate it, but overall, like you don't miss it. A card I did say about put it back into my deck with Scareclaw Decline. That's a card that I might consider. That's me. I'm gonna test that out to see what's up. Scareclaw Rival. I want three. I know sometimes it's being greedy, but it's like having this as three in the deck's probably good. Two is probably a perfect optimal build because if you need two and you really have to combo, you're either really going for your extra deck or you try to win, or you're in the best state. A lot of times this card will be destroyed. If I don't have defanging, I just banish this card instead. That effect slowly was perturbed, but the Monster Reborn effect is that. Shadow just came in for clutch for game like this. You would go like during not during game step, but right before you go battle phase, you go Shadow. That like some effects can't activate in the battle phase. Plus, if you have Scareclaw Catch Terror on the field, they can't activate effects. You go Shadow, boom. Yeah, sorry, that's that. But yeah, Shadow just activate the effect. I've also used it where I was able to like bait out like the gate because it said if a card targets, you can just use Shadow and negate it. That's like Shadow at times does come up better than Splash, but I rather have both. Defanging, busted. Just literally just banish just get Scareclaw monster, get a pop. Pressure traded. Never really came up because I don't play four Scareclaws. If I think one field spell might work. If I ever decided to go into like a third Fenrir, or maybe I would consider playing the Tailormade one just to have another name, maybe. Um, but yeah, I might do that. Like usually a lot of times, like when I activated it, it was just game. Rhoda reinforcement army card really. I never saw it, and when I saw it, it was usually Ash bait. They it was Ash bait, and usually that card is like it's 50-50. That's why if you go to use it, it is so it is so hit or miss. That's why you have to prepare for it, but like prepare like how to play around it. Like if you're gonna bait it or you're gonna just go for it. Twitsaw. Oh my god, this card's clutch. Literally gets tribute when I'm also a lot of times. Like you could if Suns get negated, like you could use Twitsaw. If they have two cards on the field, you pop it. Oh my god. Like this card right here is cracked against trap decks. You can just get two cards off the field plus whatever other material. This is this came up clutch. There's times where I'm like, I'd rather have another twist saw, but there's other times where it it just negates whatever. If you have this in Griffin and twist saw, the main thing you want to do is always flip this up. The minute they go like you gotta stay my face, flip this up, let them know I'm activated. In fact, I'm just activated. Because it's sometimes it's easier to have it already flipped up and then you can just negate a lot easier. But yeah, I'll go extra deck real quick. I'm not gonna like go too much. Lightheart. Field Spell, Searcher, Wolfsburg Duel, if you have Visa Starfrost on the field, and you don't even have to pop it with it. If you just have Visa Starfrost on the field, you can start that doing some special summons for the field. Try hard, now what's perturbed. You as long as you have a level 3 Scareclaw monster in the graveyard, you can special summon it and then get any Scareclaw monster from your deck to your hand. Cards clutch, play at 3. There are decks that play that too. Nah, play at 3 because there's gonna be times that third one's gonna come up. Lake Spider came up. Nib. What's the other deck? What's the other? What's the other deck? I can't think of it. The Adventure Token. And there's another deck I was able to use this. Dark Charmer. Oh my god. I'm gonna have an interaction. I'm gonna have a story about how I could have literally won a lot faster if I knew about like Dark. And also, I just realized they are not on summon effect. You can use it any time as long as this card's on the field. The effect, especially a monster from your graveyard, from your opponent's graveyard, it's not on summon. Reading. Cherubini never came up. No, sorry, it came up once. It actually was kind of clutch. That got me a Metro token a lot faster. IP never really came up. It works, but it's so situational that I might cut it. Like Phoenix came up wasn't really impactful. There's other cards I'd rather just have. Nightmare Unicorn, clutch. Like it came up for me to battle and I was able to discard. Access code talker. I usually don't go into this, but like this is there just in case of those games. And there was a time I could have used this, go into this, but I found a line of easier to a lot faster than OTK instead of going to like underworld control, but that was great. And side deck, Droll, Droll. Okay, it wasn't as impactful, but it's good. Nib, like I might cut Droll and Nib to like two. Nib's Nib came up once and it was like clutch, but it didn't like win me the game that turn. Oh, Kaiju. I might cut one Nib, one Droll for like two more Kaiju. Oh my goodness. I literally, round one, card was so clutch. This literally just won me the game. Like, this won me the game. I probably would have lost round one. Comic Cyclone never came up, never faced the trap deck. And the one time I could have sided in, he played a protection that protects back row protects monsters protect spell traps. Annoying, but it is what it is. I'm taking these out. They're not. I'm not saying they're not impactful, but I have other interactions that just work a lot better. Harpy Feather Duster. They play trap decks, but still viable as well as like store. I avoid like me. The record I had me avoid playing certain decks. Like, and now I'm gonna go to my matchup. Round one, Dark Magician. That was probably my toughest one. That was my 2-1 matchup. I won that one. Game two, okay. This is what I realized. Okay, Dark Charmer. I didn't realize it was off summon. Because if I would have read Magician Souls, I could have popped Faithful Adventure and my field spell, draw two cards. And I thought it was off summon. I never like actually looked at it and realized if this card is like you can target one dark monster in your post game, special up to your field. This card points to. I was like, yeah, I had space, and I have to remember too. Sometimes you have to put this in the right extra monster zone, or you do lock yourself out of getting that effect, and that's sick too. Like if I would have read the card a little more, because I read it, but I didn't put two and two together. I could have popped two, draw two, and that actually would have won me the game one turn earlier, but I still won. Dark Charmer is cracked. Alsa's too. Alsa's good against like the interior deck. All you gotta do is just get one monster and it's just busted. Now is that was round one. That was my toughest matchup until round three. Round three wasn't even tough. I just literally ran out of time. Get round two. Branded 2-0. He bricked both games. Like we both bricked game two, but he bricked to the point he he had no brain fusion, He had no way to get to it, and I had Ash in my hand, waiting for Brandon Fusion. 2-0, that very good guy. He beat me before. He beat me with Terrorless playing Flu, and then he beat me with Trap Trick playing Scareclaw. That week where I had that Jake build, that was him. I had that Jake build Scareclaw. And then round three, Spright, this is where I tied. I literally ran out of time. If I would have had like another 90 seconds, I would have OTK because I was going fast. I already had combo. Because I knew not to activate any monster effects. And I would have just got combo, try hard. Because once the monster gets put in the defense position, like nothing can happen. You can't negate anything because he's unaffected. Just busted, just OTK. But yeah, that was Sprite is probably my toughest matchup. Like because I was lower light points too. That's why we tied. Because I won game one, just clapped it up. Round four, Branded. Game one. Oh, and also this is the round three. That was the round where I went Ash on the starter. He crossed out designated. I was like, yeah, really. Round four, I go get another Brandon. Me and him were both undefeated. He went Brady Fusion. I go Ash. He goes Call. I was like, oh, okay. Whole board. All right, cool. I go Scareclaw. Boom, boom, boom. He doesn't have any negates. He has a lot of interactions, like cards that like want you to interact with them, but no actual negates. I was like, all right, cool. And I just go right for the board. OTK. Game two. Same thing. He was a lot Aluber. I said Aluber goes into Brandon Fusion. He goes Brandon Fusion. I go Ash. And he sets one pass. I was like, all right, cool. And he knew the writing was on the wall. I was like, all right, cool. I'm undefeated. Boom, boom. Okay, let's go. Yeah, I go undefeated. I get first place. Undefeated one time, but we take those. Like best, like hardest matchup with Spright. Spright mainly because okay, I have to start playing Dark Willow No More is a must. You have to play Dark Willow No More. If honestly, in my opinion, you have to play Dark Willow No More. Like that's my biggest thing I can tell you. Dark Willow No More is the best thing you can do. Scareclaw, if you want to really play this deck optimally, to me, make whatever direction you want to go with this deck, build it. If you want to build a heavy going first, where you got like floodgates, you got to play you got to play the floodgates that help you. None of the skill drain hurts you, solar hurts you. Golden match hurts you because you play two different attributes. Three if you play visas. You there could be only one you can play around it, but that's a because you have to really play around. Like there could be only one, and you have to have the right like level three monster on the field at the time. With like you can literally have the token. The main thing you want to do is have the monster that gives you multiple attack, but it's gonna give you about three attacks, like multiple attacks. But either way, it's like a lot of times you don't need more than three attacks. You don't never need five attacks. Plus, you got the Scareclaw monster that can attack and defense. That's my straight opinion. You like straight opinion is like Ash best hand trap. I might be taking out Lancia. Lancia is more side. I'm cutting Droll too. I'm cutting Nib too. I might cut Lacer too. A lot of times you can draw into it. If you want a budget version, like I can do a budget version if you want. Just let me know down in the comment section if you want a budget version of Cash Terror. I mean not Cash Terror, Scareclaw. Real Starfront's pretty cheap. You need one. You can play ogre because this thing is you can play ogre because ogre gets you to the trap that allows you to special summon. I've thought about playing that because what it is you summon that and then you can get the trap you can get the trap, flip it up, special summon a Scareclaw monster that's banished off your cash Scareclaw or your Tailwind Cash Terror, and then you just go for you just keep playing. Like Ash, best hand trap. Like literally, this would be 2 rounds, like easily. Or it won me 1 round and wouldn't won me the second round if he didn't, and that play didn't break. Cards I might consider cutting, like maybe access code, but maybe access code, maybe it's a 50-50. I might add another Link Spider. Like Lightheart might go to 2 once Mana Dome comes out. You know what I'm saying? I might also cut if I'll play the adventure engine, I'm more if I'm cutting out champion. Champion only good in the adventure engine, in my opinion. Also, and Dark Charmer are absolutely necessary if you're playing um Scareclaw. They're absolutely necessary. Don't even consider cutting those. In my opinion. Overall, I love this deck. It's my favorite deck right now. Besides, like I do have a love hate with Cash Terror, but overall, I love this deck. And down in the comment section, let me know what do you think I could do to improve this deck profile, this deck overall. Thank you for watching. Mr. Blake with another video. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share with a friend. Let them know that that I'm out here winning and clutching at local. All right. Have a great day, everybody. Peace.